What's up, people? I am back for another video. Today, I am reviewing Deep Rising. This is a movie my friend Steve recommended me, but I actually think I have seen this before. I just saw it as a kid. Basically, was seeing it for the first time again, though, because I do remember Famke Jensen and some of the cast. But basically, the premise is Captain Jack. I don't remember every character's name, but basically, they're hired to do this mission in the sea, and then they end up running into this boat, this ship, called the Argonauta, I think is the name. And basically, they have to survive because this tentacle creature attacks it. Because Canton, who's one of the people who sabotaged his own ship because he wanted basically insurance money, which is why he hired a bunch of mercs to basically not blow up the ship, but disable like the communication. But they end up getting attacked by this tentacle creature called the Octolus. And I gotta say, I love the creature design in this movie. Yeah, some of the CGI doesn't look great, which is fine. You know, it doesn't ruin the movie. It's still a good, isolated horror. It's actually pretty violent. Like, there's a lot of blood. You see a lot of just body parts. And I like that you get a little bit of an explanation. Not a full-on explanation of what the creature is, but you kind of get an idea. Like, Canton explains that this creature can drain, basically, your fluids out of your body. Like, and it's done in a way where it is kind of creepy. Pretty fun cast. Like, it's that kind of movie where people are it's kind of like Deep Blue Sea, where you have this group of people just stuck together and they have to survive. And I think that this works pretty well. Some good kills. It's not like the greatest movie. It's a fun creature feature, though. I would say it is. That's probably what I'm going to title the video. Fun creature feature. That's what this is. I actually dig the creature design. Like, you think it's just like these bunch of multiple creatures, but no, it's all big one, because you get the reveal later that it's an Octolus, I think is the name of the creature. But yeah, Treat Williams is in it. Famke Jensen. You got the actor who played Pinky from Friday After Next. He's in this movie. Like, pretty fun cat. Even the dude from fucking Training Day, the Hispanic guy, he's in this movie. And Benny from The Mummy is even in this. So it's kind of weird to see him as a good guy, because he's pretty much the good guy of the film, or one of them. So it is a little weird. Like, and it makes sense, because this was made by Stephen Sommers, who made the Mummy movies, the first two. So it makes sense why you probably have a similar cast. Because pretty much, yeah, it's a great one. It's a fun one. It's not like, out of 10, I'd probably give this like a 7.5 out of 10. It's pretty entertaining. It's not the greatest movie. It's a simple creature feature. I love, kind of like y'all know, I love isolated horror. It's one of my favorite versions of horror stories. So when you can do it pretty decent, you can always get me. So it's kind of what this film really is. It's just, so yeah, out of 10, 7.5. I definitely recommend it just as a creature feature. So the plan is, since I don't work tomorrow, in the morning, I'm gonna review Velocipaster finally. I was gonna do it today. I actually wanted to do it this morning, but I couldn't. I had work, so I figured let's review this, just get this out the way, and I'll do that in the morning, and then in the evening, we'll be going back to the Statham well and doing a death race. Like I said, I'll probably gonna mention, because I'm pretty sure by that point I would have had to be done watching that shitty new Avatar show. So I'll probably give quick thoughts. I don't know if I'm gonna do a video. I'll mention it in tomorrow's video in the evening, if I will or not. But I probably will, ultimately, even if I think it's meant, just so I can talk about it. But because I did do a video about it, some of the shit they said. So I guess it makes sense. I guess in a sense, be like a part 2, where I just talk about it, the actual show. So I guess, well, yeah, fuck it, we'll do it Friday. I'll do that Friday. So, but anyway, let's get into Deep Rising. And I'm gonna try to, probably sometime tomorrow, look for a Screen Rant article we could to roast for maybe this weekend. I thought actually, I'm gonna see if I can find that one because I could have swore I thought I found one and just never covered it. But I think it had to do with I saw someone I follow on Twitter mention like because Henry Cavill's doing The Witcher, and not The Witcher but the new Highlander movie, and apparently one of the bad signs they saw that they mentioned is that Henry's too faithful to the source material. So I'll look into that one. I'll try to find that one, and I'll see if it's worthy. And if it is, we'll do that. Like, I don't know about Saturday, either Saturday evening or Sunday evening. One of those. Since there's no, I don't plan on doing any movie reviews. Like that's new anyway on Saturday or Sunday because there's nothing out. Like I'm gonna be honest, guys. I'm probably not gonna go to the movies. I might. Part of me wants to go see a like Beekeeper again, but aside from that, like I don't really plan on going to the theater till like maybe March, when whenever and I know a lot of people are thinking it's gonna be I'm gonna see Dune. No, it's not Dune 2. It's a movie called Imaginary. It's the horror movie that Blumhouse made, and they made Megan. So that I've said this with Blumhouse, they just need to stay away from fucking, and we'll get to the actual movie now, but they need to stay away from fucking just IPs, do their own thing, because Megan was pretty good, so I'm gonna give this one a chance. So that's not till like March 8th, so that's probably gonna be like my next new movie review, to be honest. So anyway, let's get to the movie. So the movie starts, basically we're introduced to our kind of ragtag group of characters. You have Flanagan and his team, these mercenaries, and they almost beat up one of Flanagan's people because, they were looking in his bag. He was looking in their bag. You had to stop that. And they arrive at the destination. The movie gets going pretty quick. I would say the pacing is really well done. Like, it just kind of gets going. And this is where they meet the Argonauta, or whatever the ship's called. I think it's Argonauta. I think that's what it's called. Is introduced, and we already said it. So Canton disables the basically the communications, so they can get the insurance money. But they end up getting in a part of the ship where they get attacked by the creatures, which I do love. The little, like, even opening, you do kind of see a little bit of like the creature in the beginning. It's almost like a point of view almost shot of the creature swimming. It's like there's some pretty good cinematography like that. I like that opening, not crawl, but like that section where you see it's almost like the creature's view in a way. So it ends up attacking the ship. Flanagan and his people arrive along with the mercs, but one of their guys ends up getting killed. So they suspect that it's, Flanagan and his people did it. So they, one of them freaks out, and then the other one ends up getting killed, which is the guy he might recognize from Training Day. So he ends up getting killed while upstairs. The rest of the mercenaries arrive at the ship, but Canton ends up killing one of them with an axe because they think, so I'll spoil. The creatures attack the ship, so they think it's one of those things. So there's like Canton and a bunch of like other people who work on the ship are like hiding, and then they end up getting, because a couple of the mercenaries freak out, so they end up shooting some of the people. But they let the rest of them go. I actually like the British dude. He's actually a pretty funny character. It's a pretty great character. Like just this different set of people. And they have a character named Trillian, which that's uh Famke Jensen's character. And I'm like, okay, I have seen this because I remember her being in this movie. I was like, oh, Jean Grey's in this movie, but I was a kid, so I'll be honest. So this I had seen it the once, so pretty much when Stig recommended me and I watched it again, I recognized her, but she is great in this. But it's definitely better the second time because it is almost like I watched it the first time again. Because I'm like, yeah, or these all these kind of people are basically stuck together and they have to try to survive. Like that's pretty much the rest of the film. You know, obviously they get picked off here and there, pretty violently. I love when we finally kind of get a look at what the creature looks like, and I like the build up to that. I love like there's a scene when the leader of the Mercs and John have to, he gives John a gun, and you see something trying to pull like the bolted door open. You can start seeing like the metal get bent, so you could tell me, okay, this is something fucking big. It's bending the metal and it's coming, so it's like very well done. Like I actually got to give this movie credit. It sucks it didn't do well in the box office at the time. Because, to be honest, it was a pretty fun film. Like, it was 98. I don't know when this came out. I'll probably look, like, when, like, I know it may have been 98, but I wonder what day. Was there something else big that came out or something? Because it's not a bad movie. Like, that scene was very well done. Because obviously, when you do see the creature, it's towards a little bit later in the film. You do see some of its arms a couple times, like in the end of the film, like not the end, but like towards the end. But unfortunately, because of that, and that's probably because they have a giant budget. But I think that was a good way to show, like, this is fucking something big because it's like just bending the metal, like it's like just bending, trying to open this fucking door. So yeah, very well done. So very well done, like cinematography for a little small film like this. Very decent, isolated. Like I said, I love isolated. If you can nail that and you have these people pretty much put together, and I actually love the scene when Canton pretty much admits what he did, and you have one of his people like try to kick his ass because it's like because he wanted the money. He admitted the ship wasn't doing well. I think they were doing well, but he couldn't maintain it. He basically didn't have the money to maintain it, so that's why he sabotaged it earlier. It was a great scene though, because it also goes a great way to have the characters interact and get to know each. You do have that a little bit earlier, but I do think this is a perfect way to do it. So they come up with a plan, and this is where Canton basically explains kind of what these creatures are. I guess if I have one criticism, and I'll spoil it. There's a scene he goes bad towards the end. He basically tries to fuck him over, pull a Burke from Aliens. It worked with Burke. It didn't work here. I don't think it was needed in this movie. I would have just rather him just been a decent character. He was actually pretty good. Yeah, he fucked up earlier in the film. And I guess that was supposed to show that he can do that, but I didn't think I needed that. But there's even a scene later he tries to shoot Trillian. It's like, come on, man. I would have rather him just that. I get it. You needed that kind of character, I guess. I felt like I guess they wanted to have like a slimy character, but I didn't feel like you needed it in this one. With creature features, the negatives sometimes I feel like Hollywood, even at this time, I feel like they're so like we need a human villain at times. So it's like no, some creature features just let the creatures be the villain or antagonist. I don't need a human bad guy every time. Like it just feels like Hollywood's just like I don't know. They think the creatures itself can't just carry the film because you're not seeing them the whole time. So I guess they felt like we needed a bad guy. Like no. I didn't think we needed it here. I was okay with him being the saboteur. He fucked up. But I'm not saying he has to be like some hero and have a heroic death. I was just saying, let him just be part of the group and he just ends up getting killed. Just he gets killed. He makes a bad move or something. You didn't need him to turn. I didn't need that. I felt like that was just, yeah, I don't know. I might actually make that a video at some point too. Like, I'm kind of tired of that. Like, we don't stop human antagonists in creature films. There's only at certain times it works, but I think most of the time, I'd rather the creature be that's why Alien worked. There was no human bad guy in it. Yeah, technically, there's Weyland, but they're a nebulous company. And yeah, you had I guess technically the robot, but I'd argue mainly the Xenomorph still. You had like that was like one scene, but like this was like a couple of scenes. You gotta have him like try to kill her. He even tries to take a shot at Flanagan when Flanagan even gave him the gun because he was gonna leave him, basically let him eat, but leave him a gun so he can defend himself. But he just tries to kill Flanagan, and then he ends up getting killed. There was no need for that. You could have had him die a different way, but that's my only little criticism. But aside from that, I actually like this movie is very well done. Pretty good atmosphere. Yeah, the creatures don't look great. You can tell they're clearly like computer generated, but it's fine. They don't show it too much to where it's noticeable. So it's like it's fine. You get like the one scene towards the end where you get the reveal that it's a bigger creature, basically. That the little ones you were seeing are basically part of it, just separate. But it's fine. I don't. It didn't ruin the movie for me. Like it was '98. It didn't have a giant budget, probably. I understand that same year you had Godzilla, and I know a lot of people don't like the movie, but the CGI is actually really well done in that. Like I think that largely it holds up visually. But yeah, I get it. That movie had a giant budget. This one didn't. So, but for the budget it had, it was fine. I like it. It worked still. I like the idea. I like the creature design. It still was good. But they end up they pretty much blow the ship up along with the Oculus, which Octolus, I think, because Oculus is the fucking Rift thing, is the the VR, so the Octolus. But yeah, it's a pretty good film. I love the ending where they go to the island and they realize it's volcanic. So you almost have a teaser. I'm like, because you hear a roar, even like I love that ending. So I don't know if they were trying to set something up with that, or if it was they just went out a crazy ending. But overall, I love this movie. Pretty good creature feature, especially at this time, the same year. No, a year later, you had like Deep Blue Sea, Anaconda the year before. You had like a lot of creature features in like the late '90s. Lake Placid in '99. You had like a lot of creature features in the late, and obviously Jurassic Park a little bit if you want to kind of count that a little bit. But yeah, so this is a good one. So I gotta thank Steve for recommending me this, even though I had seen this before as a kid. I had remembered because I saw Famke Jensen, but I gotta still thank him because he had me like kind of remind me that this movie existed. Like, I hadn't thought about it. It's one of those movies you just kind of don't think about. So definitely, I was pretty, I liked it. So tomorrow in the daytime, we'll be talking Velocipaster. That is a movie. The fact that there's a movie called Velocipaster is perfect. And Bad Movie Wednesdays, and I'm going to do it on a Wednesday, next Wednesday. I don't know what yet. I'll find something meme worthy, like maybe Puppet Master, even though there's a million sequels. But we'll see. Either that or I'll find something else. But the only thing, Velocipaster is like an actual movie, so that'll be fun to talk about. I'll figure out what I'll review next Wednesday. I don't know yet, but so that'll be the plan. Tomorrow, I will be reviewing in the evening. My main review for tomorrow will be Death Race, which I didn't know was based off because there's an original Death Race called Death Race 2000, which maybe at some point down the line of reviews. It's actually a pretty interesting movie. But Death Race, the 2008 version, which in my opinion was always kind of, I loosely called the Twisted Metal movie. But it was fun. Jason Statham's in it as a fun cast. I love the car races, and it's just badass Jason Statham. So we'll be doing that tomorrow in the evening. Friday we'll be talking about the Avatar show. I will be honest if it's good. If it's somehow fucking, I don't think it will be, but if it's somehow good, I will admit it. You know, y'all know me. I'm honest. If I like it, I'll admit it. But if it's bad, which I think it will be, to be fucking honest, we'll talk about it. So I'll be reviewing that Friday, either Saturday or Sunday. Like I said, I'll try to find a screenwriter article. I'll probably put it on Twitter or something, and then for Screen Rant is Gay Part 18. And then, like I said, at some point, I do want to branch out and do maybe like different, like comicbook.com has some fringe articles, fucking CBR. They have some pretty fucking bad ones. So maybe I'll make a new series, even though we're fuck it anyway. But that's my plans so far. So other than that, guys, I'll talk to y'all tomorrow in the morning for Velocipaster, which that's an action movie. And it's actually pretty fucking entertaining. It's not objectively good, obviously, but I was laughing my ass off at just some of the dialogue. There's a scene in the beginning where the main guy's parents die and they blow up in a car, and all you see is VFX. They literally write VFX car on fire. It's fucking hilarious. It's like they actually have that, so that'll be fun to talk about tomorrow. And then I'll figure out what we'll do for the next Bad Movie Wednesday, and it'll be on a Wednesday, I promise. Yeah, but I'll think about it. So anyway.